On a cold November day, under the shadow of Mount Ararat, Mirhas came into the world. His family lived a tough life. His great-grandfather, Tassin Ah, had lived as a fugitive in the mountains and, as the leader of the globally spread Etmaneki tribe, had earned the respect of 96 villages with his justice, courage, and bravery. His fame spread across Turkey's 81 provinces, even reaching Iraq, Iran, Syria, Dagestan, and Armenia. The name of this just man, who had become a legend in the villages, was Tassin Ah, and this child born in Salim village carried a name that would keep his grandfather's legacy alive, Mirhas. From the day he was born, Mirhas was a sign of a miracle. He started walking at just 6 months old and speaking by the age of 1. However, life did not offer him an easy path. When Mirhas was only 40 days old, his father was imprisoned, and Mirhas did not see him until he was 2.5 years old. His mother became both his mother and father. Her warm embrace was Mirhas's safest haven. The day his father returned home was a moment of great joy for everyone. After a long time apart, the father was reunited with his home, and the family came together once again. But for Mirhas, this reunion was a little different. Not knowing his father, Mirhas was disturbed when his father approached his mother. His small heart was filled with jealousy. Perhaps he thought his mother's love would now have to be shared. That night, when his father approached his mother, Mirhas suddenly started crying. His cry was deep and powerful, as if he was about to burst. It was a reflection of the fear and jealousy within him. Tassin Ah, who lived next door, heard Mirhas crying. Curious about the situation, he asked what was going on, and he was told why Mirhas was crying so much. The idea of a young child being jealous of and protective over his mother pleased Tassin Ah greatly. This wasn't just a simple jealousy of a child. It was an indication of the desire to protect his loved ones, even at such a young age. Tassin Ah always knew that Mirhas was a special child. Among all his grandchildren, Mirhas had a unique place. There was a fire, a strength within him. That is why Tassin Ah had always felt a special love for Mirhas among his many grandchildren. This love nurtured Mirhas's confidence and belief in himself. Mirhas was not just an ordinary child born into a large family. He was a miracle carrying the legacy of his grandfather, set to carry that legacy into the future. This little child, who witnessed his grandfather's justice, bravery, and courage, would grow up to incorporate these qualities into his own character. Mirhas would not only be a figure in his village, but also a leader who would take his grandfather's fame even further. From that moment on, everyone knew that this child was no ordinary one, and in the future, he would be spoken of widely. Every step Mirhas took was not just the journey of a growing child, but the first lines of a grand epic.